Well, hello everyone in Chatham and from wherever else you might be watching. It's Jackie, also known as the Pampered Stamper. I love to make cards. I teach card making, but on my personal page every Monday I do something that I call Cheer Corner, and I make a card with you. I show you how to make the card, and as you see it develop, think about someone who you would like to send that card to. I really do believe in the power of happy mail, and I think that we can change the world one card at a time. So who do you know today that could use this card? I'm going to show you what we're going to be using. I've never used this stamp set before. So it is called Wild Cats, and it's a little bit overwhelming because if you look at the stamp set, you've got the big image, and then you also see that there are two different faces. And now they look pretty clear on here, but when you see the stamp, I was struggling a little bit. And then this is to add stripes. So it all looks interesting, but I'm going to show you how I made it work for me, because at first I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know how I'm going to do this. So before we get stamping, we're first going to make the card base. So we're going to go with this color. It's called Cajun Craze, and it's kind of a bit of a rusty brown. So I'm going to, this piece of paper is 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to score it at 5.5. And scoring means just putting a crease into it. So with this paper trimmer, I'm going to do that with the light gray blade, and I'm turning it to 4.25, which is half of 8.5. And now I have two cards. See, I'm just going to fold it like that. That's my card base. So I'll just lay that aside. I have two, one for later. Okay. The other thing I want to do for my background is I want to use it's kind of going to be a monochromatic card. So I've got three different patterns in the same color scheme. So I'm going to cut strips that are 4 inches. And I'm just cutting 3 at a time. That works quite well. And then I think I'm going to cut them at 3/4 of an inch or so. So I want to make a bunch of strips. And you know what? I can use this side of my paper trimmer. See, right here, that's easier. So 3/4 of an inch. And I'll do maybe 12. I don't think I need that many, but they don't have to be exactly the same either. Maybe 9 is enough. Well, you know what? I'm going to do 12 just in case. Oh, that's crazy. I don't need 12. No. Okay. So I'm going to put those aside, and then we're going to do a little stamping first. Okay, I'm just going to put my little pieces of paper aside. So now I have what I need. And what I did was, if you look at this stamp set, open it up, it also comes with some steel bits and bobs that cut out the animal. So I used this big one, and I used the sitting one, and that's all I used for the steel bits. So I ran that through my die cutting machine, and now I have a white one, just plain. This is my blank, what do you call that? I can't even think. Canvas, yes. Now, I have this tool called a Stamparatus. It's a stamp positioning tool. So I've taken this paper, this is where I cut the animals out with, and I found it was really helpful. I want to make a striped face, and I think, is this the striped one? Yes. So I found that if I put that on the black, I could see kind of what I was supposed to be looking at. Otherwise, it just looks like a gobbledygook. Looks like a Monet painting. So I kind of like that. He's right where I'm just going to take this off. And I'm going to put a new plate on here. And then I'm just going to make sure that I have his head the way I want it to be. And then see, now it's there. Now I'm going to put the little animal in its spot. This could be a lion or a tiger. I am not that well informed. And I had ink on my fingers. So now I'm going to ink him up, his face up, in soft suede. Okay. So let's get this in view. There. So here we go. Now we have his detailed face. Isn't that great? I can't draw. That's why I love stamps. Well, I shouldn't say I can't draw. I haven't really learned how. Okay. I'm just going to pause this for a second. Now, I had already put these creatures on here from when I was playing around. So we're going to ink up the big cat with crushed curry. Okay. There. And then you just close it up. Look at that. He's looking pretty good. And it's okay. I'm just going to move everything back into the corner again. I'm going to lay him here, and I want to add some stripes to him. So I take out that stamp, and I'm just playing. This guy isn't even really going to be a part of the card, but I just wanted to show you how I made him. So I'm going to lay that right up on his back, and that looks about right. Oh yeah, and now I can't put a stamp on a stamp, so I have to flip this. Just grab that. Sorry, everything's wobbling a little. Put it back. So you can flip this, which is quite handy. Now I'm going to pick that up. Everything will move again. That's okay. Tight into the corner. And there. And then I'm going to do that in the same color as his face. And then you'll see, oops, press. And look how nice that is. Isn't that great? Okay, I'm going to clean my stamps, and now we're going to try to make the card. And you know, I haven't made this card. I'm just playing right along with you. I'm looking for my stamp cleaner. Things do get lost on my desk. Indeed they do. So I've cleaned off my stamps, and now I'm just going to cut an insert for the inside of my card. So that's going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. There. I'm just going to put that aside. And I'm going to use that scrap to show you something. It's a technique. I'm just moving my cutter out of the way. And now I'm supposed to, whoa, things are falling apart, people. You know, it's Monday. Can you tell that it's a Monday? That's what I was looking for, this little stamp, and it says hello. So what I want to do, I'm going to use a different color. It's called Soft Succulent, and it's going to be the color of some of the leaves. So I'm taking this hello and just take a peek. You can see that. I'm going to stamp once, and then I'm going to stamp again. And I'm going to do that a few times to make a pattern. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, mind you, I'm stamping with a camera between me and the piece of paper, so I am working at a disadvantage. I also have some experience. So I have this color is Mary Merlot. So I want that one to pop. And I'm going to clean my stamp, and I'm going to keep going in. Oops, and then don't stamp again, and you get the lighter color. Ink up again. Now, isn't that cool? And I could use that for something, but it's just a neat way to use your sayings and create a nice pattern. Okay, so there's all kinds of things what you can do with your stamps and with your ink. So now what I need is a big block. I've done one like this, and I'm going to put the one tiger on the one side and the other one on the other side. Okay, so I've put the big tiger on my block. We're going to ink it up with crushed curry. And now I'm just using a block, and he's going to be coming in from the side here. So give it a nice firm press. There he is. And now the scary part. I have to clean my stamp. That's not the scary part. But now I have to do his face. And I have to say that does make me just a little bit nervous because I haven't done it like this yet. So I've got the face on a block, and there's soft suede. Let's see how I do. I'm lining up his ears as best I can. Okay, that's pretty decent. I'm not unhappy with that. It's okay. So now I'm going to do the stripes on his back. And I think it goes this way. Yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks nice. But look, I had inky fingers. But this is just a play. We'll see what happens. Okay, So now we're going to do the other cat on the other side, and he's going to be sitting. Let's see. They're sitting in the jungle. I'm going to be trimming this down, I think. Let's see. And he's going to have a different face. We're going to give him the spotted face. So that would make it a cheetah, right? If there's any kids watching, is the spotted faced cat a cheetah? Yeah. So these inky prints that you see, they're just going to be part of the jungle scene. Oh, I'm missing his other face. That's not good at all. Now I've got to find out where he went off to. That's not him, is it? No. Okay. We have someone lost in the jungle. Okay. Second animal face has been found. We're going to ink him up. And can you see? You can see the solid part is his nose. There. Yeah, that looks good. And now we're going to add some spots to his body. And there's 2 little stamps. So honestly, I think this is just a fun hobby, not just for adults, but also for kids. And really, they can't really wreck anything. So you can just let them go free. I've got a little one, and I've got a bigger one. And you know what? This is something that you can do together. I've got the little one here. I'm going to do his legs. And now I'm just going to take the bigger one and fill in the rest of his body. And I just think this is a great way to express your creativity. You can change up your colors. It's just a different way to make art. And the neat thing is that, you know, we've sometimes lost touch with the old-fashioned things of like writing letters. I don't dare go in these, well, maybe I do. No, that's going to have to do. He's got enough spots. And it's just great for kids to be in touch. If they have art, they make a card, they can send a card. Okay, I'm going to trim this down. After, let's use the soft succulent. I think we need a little bit of greenery at their feet. What do you think? Got another stamp. Let's have a look, see. We've got this stamp. We'll use that one. And maybe I need a darker green, but we'll see. We're going to go with this and we'll see. If it's not dark enough, we'll make some more. Oh yeah, no, that's great. See, and then when you stamp again, you get a lighter color. I think that looks pretty good. I don't know if I have another greenery stamp here. If you just use part of it, it looks different too, right? There. So now we have our cats in the jungle. I'm going to get my paper trimmer out. And we're going to trim this down. Maybe I'll get rid of some spots that I don't want. I can get rid of that fingerprint. So I've got 3 inches. And let's see. I don't know, it's so hard to cut something off, isn't it? There, we'll do this. Oh, that wasn't a cut. There. So now we have this. And now we're going to put it on a card. Okay? Let's see what that looks like. So now we're going to get our paper strips. See? And we don't want that one. Like so. The other sides are nice too, but I don't want those colors. I just want a monochromatic look. So we're going to use a little bit of liquid adhesive. Oopsie. And I'm going to stagger them. So I'll show you what I mean. Actually, I feel like I want to take a little bit off. I'm going to take these and I'm going to trim them a little bit. I don't know if my scissors are strong enough. Let's see. There we go. I'm just cutting a little bit off, and I'm going to use this as a guide to trim the other ones. So they were cut at 4 inches, and I'm going to go to about 3 3/4. I just want a little bit more of the card showing. There. Okay. Let's see how that goes. I don't know if there's a name for this technique. Scrappy strip technique, perhaps. And I'm going to start there. I don't think we're not covering up the whole card. And this is a great way to use up your scraps. So if you are already a paper crafter and you make cards or you scrapbook, you can give your scraps to your kids to play with. And you'll be amazed at what they can come up with. Actually, I'm amazed at what I can come up with. So I hope that you're thinking about who's going to get this card. Who are you going to surprise? I did post on my Facebook page the cards for the last 2 weeks. One is going to Shelley Millett's mom. That was the Amaryllis card. And the heart card is going to Marina Schatz's husband. So the one thing about doing these cards in this cheer corner, I certainly get to hear people's stories. And it makes me grateful. You never know. Life can change so quickly from one day to the next. And so, you know, enjoy the little things. Hug your kids and your spouse and your parents, because you don't know. We don't know how much time we have. And I don't say that to be gloomy or doomsayerish. It's just the truth. Life is not infinite, and we don't know how much time we have. So make the most of it, and do what brings you joy. I sometimes wonder, I mean, this does bring me great joy, but I sometimes wonder, am I doing is this the best thing I could be doing? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? You know what? I want to trim this off a little bit more. And I think it's good. I think it's good to ask yourself those questions once in a while. Ask yourself the tough questions. Ask yourself, you know, who am I? What is my purpose? Am I happy? Am I doing what I really am meant to be doing? Yeah. See, and then I think what I'm going to do, instead of laying this flat, although it's going in the mail, it can be flat, I guess. It looks fine flat. I'm just looking, oh, there, I disappeared for a minute. I have these dimensionals, oh, I want bigger ones. Yeah, I'm going to pop it up. So you have these things, I just see I played on the back side. And this will just give my card a little bit of dimension, and I like that. So I'm pretty happy with this stamp set. I figured out how to make the animals, and you know what? If you don't succeed the first time, remember it's just paper, and you could try again. You have to give yourself you're allowed to fail, and you're allowed to play. There. See? There's our card. Isn't that cute? Okay. I was already thinking to myself, why did you pick a card that was so many steps? But I hope that you found it fun to play along with me. And maybe we'll put one of our wildcats in the inside. Let's have a look-see. So I have the You Are Fierce on here, and I think we'll just stamp it in soft suede. Here. And then we have our cat coming along. Isn't that great? You could cut him off if you want so that he's just walking into the jungle. That's kind of cool too. I should have done that first. So I'll just leave him like this. There. And here we have it. There. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a super day. I hope that you've been inspired to play and to create and to send a card. So I'm looking forward to hearing who you nominate. Bye.